Parashat Beshalach, from slavery to atonement, Numbers 28:19 to 25, Exodus 13:17 to 15:26. Shabbat Shalom. Today we turn our hearts and brains to Parashat Beshalach, a section bursting with the divine will, and the ongoing themes of deliverance and atonement. We hear the victorious song of Moses, as we follow the great migration from Egypt, into its conclusion across the Red Sea. As we explore these old words, let us search for the timeless truths that speak to our life now, and help us to grasp Yeshua, our Messiah. Bondage to freedom. From here on, Parashat Beshalach opens with God guiding the Israelites on a road, humanistically speaking, seemed less than perfect. Exodus 13:17 to 18 relates, "Then it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God did not lead them by way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. God said, lest perhaps the people change their minds when they see war, and return to Egypt. God thus guided the people around via the Red Sea's wilderness." God, in his infinite wisdom, knew his people would have been overwhelmed on the straight way to the promised land. They were not quite ready to meet the challenges and conflicts ahead. Rather, he guided them on a voyage that would eventually expose his grandeur and strength. This reminds us of each of our individual spiritual path. Usually, the road God lays ahead of us is neither the most straight or the easiest. We might run across unanticipated difficulties, delays, and diversions. Though we cannot see the whole picture, we must believe, as the Israelites did, that God's plan is flawless. He is guiding us, leading us, getting us ready for the last stop. The separation of the sea, the amazing dividing of the Red Sea, forms the core of Parashat Beshalach. Exodus 14 vividly shows how God split the waters with Moses, therefore providing a route for his people to flee the Egyptian army under attack. A potent emblem of liberation and atonement, this turning point in history. King David's thanksgiving song in 2 Samuel 22:1-3 reflects this theme. "Then David spoke to the Lord the words of this song, on the day the Lord had saved him from the hand of all his adversaries, and from the hand of Saul. The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer, the God of my strength, in whom I will trust, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold, and my sanctuary, my Savior, you save me from harm," he murmured. "I shall be saved from my foes, therefore will I call upon the Lord, who is deserving to be praised." The experience of the Israelites in the Red Sea speaks to David's words. Our rock, our fortitude, our deliverer is God. He is the one who shields us, seen and invisible, from our foes. The parting of the sea was a spiritual as much as a physical release. It was evidence of God's might to release his people from bonds of slavery. Yeshua, our deliverer. As Messianic believers, we perceive in this amazing event a premonition of the final rescue we have in Yeshua. Yeshua tore the curtain to allow us to flee the bondage of sin and death, much as God split the Red Sea to release his people from physical slavery. In Matthew 26-28 we learn about Yeshua's last Passover, his crucifixion, and his magnificent resurrection. Yeshua, our Passover lamb, inaugurated a new covenant at the Last Supper, a fresh path of release. Taking the bread, he declared, "This is my body which is broken for you, do this in remembrance of me," 1 Corinthians 11:24. Taking the cup, he declared, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. This do, in memory of me, as frequently as you drink it," 1 Corinthians 11:25. The ultimate act of atonement were Yeshua's death and resurrection. He defeated death, shattered the authority of sin, and cleared the path for us to live with God always. He is our Red Sea, our road from enslavement to liberation, from death to life. The songs of Moses and the Lamb. Moses and the children of Israel sung a song of thanks to the Lord following the amazing crossing, Exodus 15:1-18. This Song of Moses is a potent statement of thankfulness and respect. It honors God's conquest over Pharaoh and his people's liberation. The Book of Revelation has an echo of this tune. Revelation 15:3 describes persons who have vanquished the beast singing the Song of Moses, the servant of God, and the Song of the Lamb. This points to a day when all believers, atoned by the blood of Yeshua, would honor God for his final triumph over evil. We too are invited to sing a hymn of deliverance. We are invited to honor the triumph Yeshua has secured for us. We are invited to declare his praises to the earth and show our thanks for his saving. The Feast of Unleavened Bread, Numbers 28:19-25, list the offerings for the Feast of Unleavened Bread in keeping with Passover. This feast honors the Israelites' hurried departure of Egypt without time for their bread to rise. It reminds us of our deliverance and our duty to lead lives free from the leaven of sin. Like Passover, this feast identifies Yeshua. He is the bread of integrity and truth, the unleavened bread, 1 Corinthians 5:8. His life and sacrifice show a life devoid of global corruption. We recall his faultless life, and his sacrifice that renders us holy, as we enjoy the unleavened bread during Passover. Finally, Parashat Beshalach recounts deliverance, atonement, and the ability of God to save. The life, death, and resurrection of Yeshua, our Messiah, brings this narrative full satisfaction. As Messianic believers, let us pay this parashah great attention. May we believe in God's will, even if the road forward appears unknown. May we honor the deliverance we have in Yeshua, and may our song of thanks and delight help to sing his praises. And let us have separate lives dedicated to him until the day he returns to carry us home. Shalom. And, if you liked this video, please like and share, and to be alerted about new videos, subscribe today.